Hello, welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video, and yes, it's fucking red heat. So this was, well, this is the Commodore 64 version. There were versions for the Spectrum, Amstrad, Amiga and ST also unleashed. So this was coded by Special Effects and published by Ocean in, well, as you just seen, 1989. That's based on the film, which I have never seen and never want to. And yeah, well, what you can hear is the one sort of okay thing about this game. The music isn't bad. I'll say it's not bad, but of course every time you hear it you straight away think, oh, that's the music from Red Heat, and so instantly you don't want to hear anymore. So yeah, it's by Jonathan Dunn, my favourite person, which I did not expect to hear the Special FX coded game. I always assumed that Fred Gray was actually a member of Special FX, but it turns out he wasn't. He stayed with Denton Designs, but he did do music for at least the first 3 Special Effects games. He did it for Hysteria, Firefly and Guts. But yeah, he didn't do it for this one. Let's get this fucking load of shit over with then. So this is actually the main title screen, such as it is. So you can choose between sound effects or total silence, or you can have the music playing. I'll have the music playing because of that reason only. Actually, not only that reason, it's the only way it makes the game somewhat bearable. Right, now this first scene is supposedly, well, the first level is based on a scene in the film. Now, as I say, I haven't seen the film and I have no interest to, especially if this first level is an accurate portrayal of the film. So let's get this shit underway. So we are in the hothouse. So here we are. You are Arnie, walking very slowly, and you come up against these blokes here, who basically all want to beat the shit out of you, but you can beat the shit out of them instead when they're not throwing fucking knives at you. And what you are seeing here is the entire game. This is it. I don't quite know why they've chosen to do this, but there's this sort of, it's almost exaggerated Panavision by having the the film reel showing at the top and bottom of the play screen. At the very bottom of the screen, it incorporates another of my most hated features, namely having the fucking name of the game appearing throughout. But in this case, it doubles as being a sort of meter to tell you how far through the level you've got. As it turns red, that's an indication that you've got further through the level. Now you can see also I do have my health meter actually on the main playing screen, which is well, very low at the moment. Now if I can pick up this fucking thing that I'm trying to head towards, I'll get a bit of a health regeneration, which I fucking need. Alright, so great, my health's back up to full. Just what I wanted. Now well, like I say, you've seen the whole game. This is it. You've got all these people who are all desperately coming along trying to beat the fuck out of you, but you decide that the best way to deal with them is to walk through this region so fucking slowly that Stephen Hawking could walk through this area faster than you do. And just punching or headbutting everybody who comes within 6 feet of you. And this really is the entire gameplay of the first level. Apparently there are some sort of like shoot 'em up levels, or at least shooting scenes later on in the game. I have no idea how good they are because I've never got to them. This may surprise nobody, but I'm fucking bored with this poxy fucking game already. I mean, this is all you do. Okay, so I lost a life, but because I had my finger on the fire button, and that means you now have to do the entire level from scratch. Yes, you have to get through the whole fucking level without losing a life, otherwise it sends you right back to the beginning again. So if you weren't bored with the game already, you fucking will be as soon as you see that on losing your first life. So seeing as I have no desire to play, have more than one game of this, let's get the review underway. Graphics. Well, the playing area is rather small, but I'm kind of glad about that because, well, I'll make one thing very clear. I detest homophobia, and one surefire way of getting yourself or your comments blocked from my channel is to use homophobia or as an insult or a term of derision. So if you describe something as gay, you won't be describing anything else in any comments anywhere on my channel. Now that I've made my point there, let's state the obvious. This is one of the most homoerotic looking games I've ever fucking seen. Because the graphics means that you don't see anything below the waist, and that everybody is naked above the waist. It does indeed make it look like everyone is strolling around here in the buff, which I really don't want to see. I don't even really want it implied. Okay, how long does it take me just to get those few fucking centimeters to pick up that fucking thing? Right, picked it up at long last. Now, as I've already said, this game does look rather homoerotic. That suggested homoeroticism goes up not so much tenfold as about 3 quadrillion fold when you are trying to avoid being hit, which involves you ducking. Because when you do that, it's alright, you look like that. Do you really need me to spell out what that fucking looks like? So, alright, the graphics I suppose are somewhat clearly defined, but I do rather wish they weren't. There is not much in the way of variety, to put it mildly. So, yeah, graphics are at best rather forgettable. So, onto audio. The music, I say, is okay. It's not the greatest I've heard. I'm not the biggest Jonathan Dunn fan. It's not that I don't like his music. I've said this several times already. It's not his music I don't like, it's him I don't like. So energy's down to 0 again, which means we start the entire fucking level again. But this is the last life. So anyway, yeah, the music is okay, and it's the high point of the game, but that really is not saying a lot. The sound effects, I honestly have no idea what they're like. I'm in no desperate hurry to find out. And then the gameplay. The gameplay is staggeringly fucking boring, staggeringly repetitive. I mean, the whole design is just utter fucking shit. So you've got all these people who are all sort of like piling in, all desperate to fucking beat the shit out of you. And so it's decided that the best thing to do is just crawl through the fucking place. And if anyone comes along, just fucking, you know, either fucking punch them or give them the old Glaswegian kiss. And that's it. Apparently there is a third move. It might just be that only the Amiga version has the third move, because I'm fucked if I can find it. I've tried every movement of the, you know, every combination of fire button and direction, and all I can get is the same 3 moves: punch or headbutt or blowjob. So the gameplay is so fucking tedious and fucking boring, and I fucking detest this game. It's absolute fucking shit. I mean, I do find myself wondering, you know, who is this game aimed at? Is it aimed at, you know, well, fans of the film? Perhaps, but I mean, oh dear, it's game over. You know, I'm sure fans of the film would want to see rather more than just, you know, the suggestion of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not putting my fucking name in there. They would rather see a bit more than, you know, the suggestion of Arnold Schwarzenegger walking around in the buff, beating the fuck out of other people who are in the buff, and that's all you're doing. It is amazingly not the worst special effects game I've ever played. The worst one is one that is also based on a film. Rather like this one, it sort of makes you think, why the fuck would they make a game of this? Because if you think this is bad, they did a game of Hudson Hawk. No, I am not going to be reviewing that. So I score this game 0 out of 10. It is a fucking load of shite. It is so boring and so tedious to play, and yeah, it's yet another game where to enjoy it at its best, download a SID file, and even then, you know, alright, the music's not awful, but I've heard a lot better. I've heard better from Jonathan Dunn, let alone, you know, heard better from other musicians. So there you go, that is Red Heat for the Commodore 64. Fucking load of bollocks. That brings this review to an end, thank fuck. And we will see you on the next one.